Welcome to TradersArmy.com, defending your right to build wealth and preserve capital for generations to come.
Good morning, everybody, and welcome to today's edition of the Daily Market Commentary. I am your host, Chuck Fulkerson. Hope everybody had a great weekend. As we are rolling into the Monday morning edition, we are about an hour outside of the opening of the markets after we had a very tumultuous week last week. Excuse the sound a little bit. I'm on my traveling mic. Will be for the next couple of days, so the sound's going to be a little bit different than it is when I'm at home. So let's go ahead and dive right in. S&P. We're down a little bit this morning, about 3 points. Not a whole lot that we're down, but the Nasdaq is down a significantly bigger portion, right? The S&P is down 0.12%, the Nasdaq's down 0.23%. Now that may not seem like a big deal, but earlier in the session, the Nasdaq was actually stronger than the S&P. So what this tells me is that we're seeing some weakness flow into these markets. The other thing that's telling me that we're seeing some weakness flow into the markets is the gold rally. So the rally to gold tells me that, yeah, we're not down all that much. We're not taking a big hit this morning, but that really gives me more of a bearish sentiment. When I look at Friday's price action, we had a really nice rally off of this daily area of demand, little rally off of that. But I don't feel like that area is going to hold long term. I'm definitely more bullish than I am bearish overall, and would anticipate us to continue our downward move. Matter of fact, we're sitting right on the top of a downward trend line. And if you look at this from a kind of a triangle perspective, we've got lower swing highs, higher swing lows. We're right at the area where we could see a little bit of a reversal coming back down at this point. If we get a bit higher, certainly there's a tremendous amount of supply up above us. We just have to get there first. And so what I would look for today is a little bit more of a rollover on the S&P. Nasdaq is down a little more than the ES. Now, the Nasdaq had a slightly better day on Friday than the S&P did, but the Nasdaq is down a slightly higher percentage. So if you were looking at a Nasdaq level today, for a potential short, this area here is really, this area we've touched off of it once and pulled back. We're almost to it a second time. I would actually prefer, if I'm going to get short, maybe on some sort of a breakdown below one of these areas. That may be the better way to go. In crude oil. So in crude oil, I found this level last night. So we did our live trading room last night, and we found this little area here, caught a nice little reversal off of it. If you took that trade long from last night, move your stop to break even. That's been updated in the trade feed tab, or it will be updated here shortly in the trade feed tab to move your stop to break even. So now I have to remove that level. That level is going to no longer be valid. But hopefully you're able to catch the gap fill area for a little bit of a profit. We want to take those little ones when we can get them and allow price to run. And I say little one, it's moved up about 40 ticks from that area. So 40 ticks is not ever going to be something to shake a stick at, if you will. So crude oil move is kind of making its continuation. In the gold markets, so gold, I was looking at a potential breakdown below this 1220 region. We never did come to that breakdown area. We actually were significantly above it and actually set in potentially a new reversal point right here. This happened, right around the Aussie market open, right around that the Aussie market open time, and we popped up pretty strong. Let's see if we get a pullback. I'll see how this looks a little bit later in the day. Looking at bonds as well as our currency markets. Now in bonds, nothing really has been added to our bond setup. We've still got a reversal trade up above us. There is still a little bit of basing in this area, and so really nothing to add on bonds. And really you're going to hear the same thing for pretty much all of the currencies. In the Aussie, not a whole lot to add. Theoretically, you could use this area right here for a potential reversal trade, so I'll kind of leave that on there. I think that could work out for a bit of a reversal trade. So if price comes back into here, you could catch a long off of that Aussie area. In the euro, we have two levels established. Neither one of them are amazing levels, so both of them have confirmation style entries because on the big picture, we're trending sideways. We've got basically after we were coming down lower here, we broke the upward trend, but we've not established a new trend direction. So I've got both of those in there as confirmation style entries. And then our Canadian dollar, we've got a level up above us. So really nothing was added to the currencies that is going to be of any major significance. Now, in the British pound, one of the levels that I did look at is a potential on the reversal here on the gap fill last night in our trade room. That one actually blew through that little level, and now it's kind of smoking down. Now, this one didn't work as well as the crude oil one, simply because we had spent more time in the level, right? The more time we spend in the level, the less likely that level is to work. And that's exactly kind of what happened through here. We kind of popped up through it. So now we may look at this area somewhere up in here. There's also going to be the potential down here. I've got to really take this whole swath, if you will, for the Great British Pound. And if that area is too wide, one of the things that I always say is don't worry about being a trader of the Great British Pound in the futures markets. Trade the currency pair. If I need to trade the currency pair, go down because I can take a bit less risk by changing asset classes. Japanese yen. So in the Japanese yen, we've got this little area right here, which is very similar to our area in the pound. Well, that's all I have for today. I hope you guys have a great trading day. If you've got any questions, please feel free to send us an email, support@tradersarmy.com. Until tomorrow, I will see you soon. Later.